and who has been my teacher now for 11 years. I've been learning the ways of the New York Italian life. And I think I'm getting better every day at learning to cook. I'm opening up a PowerPoint right now to guide us here at the beginning of this class workshop. And I'm just thankful to have you here. If you're open to it, just curious, like, what is your, like, in the comments or in the chat box, whether you're watching on Lifestyle or in this Zoom room, what's, have you been using the vitality oils? Have you been playing with those? Are you brand new to essential oils? If you're brand new, let us know if you're here in the Zoom room, so then we can be sure to make sure we, speak to you and not just use oily language. So again, it looks like my PowerPoint is not going to happen, Ange. So we're just going to kind of freestyle without it.
Try again. One more time.
I know it's like my computer's a little slow today.
It's just kind of glitching on your end.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm so glad people are writing to the chat. Did you get it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to share it. New to essential oils. Yeah, Ange, do you mind reading those out just so we can hear those?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of people who are brand new, but they've used, and so some don't know how to cook with oils, but they're learning how to use them. Julie Martin is on a cleanse, so bless your heart for learning recipes with oils tonight, since you haven't had food in 10 days, 9 days, 8 days. Yep, 10 today. Whew. Good for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Nicole is also new. Selena, Kathy Martin is excited. She's been experimenting with the new vitality oils. Isn't it cool that they're on Essential Rewards this month too? We're getting a bunch for free, plus some really cool accessories. So I'm looking forward to you guys talking about that. Lexus loves the oils for a long time, but hasn't had a lot of experience cooking, but she loves following Sarah on IG. Whoop, whoop, and getting inspired by some awesome ingredients. Sarah and Erin do a lot of amazing vegan cooking. We always enjoy their delicacies when we visit California. So, all right, guys. Erin, we've got your PowerPoint up. So if you want to...
Wait, it actually popped up on your screen.
It's showing on my screen. Yeah, everybody's giving us a thumbs up. You got this.
That's awesome.
So can you do a share, like a slideshow? Can you go to...
Oh, you are seeing
kind of loading photos one at a time. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it and see if it loads. All right, cooking with essential oils. Today is the day. Excited. So those of you who are brand new, welcome to this LWN family. Welcome to this workshop where we're going to, just kind of give you basics. First off, disclaimer is that I'm not a doctor. And yet I have been a concerned consumer now for almost 14 years-ish, and started to kind of pay attention to more to what I'm putting on my body and in my body over this last 14 years, and have just grown more and more aware of, all the research that continues to come out. I don't know if you saw it recently, but the FDA released however many amounts of hand sanitizers that we're no longer supposed to use. So it's just such a journey that we're on of educating ourselves and also doing our best to educate other people about how we can go natural and how we can stop using synthetic chemicals. Those of you who are in the United States compared to the reality over in Europe, I mean, what's allowed in products over in Europe, like they have so much stricter rules over there compared to here in the United States. And so the prayer, my hope in this next 5-10 years is our country starts to get with the program and starts to become more aware of how we can clean up our lifestyles. And, obviously it starts with all of us as individuals making the decision for ourselves and our families. So that being said, I think I had another disclaimer with regard to oils. Okay, yes, this would be my other disclaimer with oils is Young Living is the brand. this is the brand. You know, I've been using them for 14 years. They've been around for 25 years. They have and I'll go to the next slide if my computer will allow me. They have a seed to seal promise. So we know that the quality of essential oils that are showing up to us on a monthly basis or on an occasional basis, depending upon our current reality, we know that they're seed to seal promise. We know that the products are pure. We know that they're beyond organic. We know that they're not messing around with pesticides and junky stuff on the products and putting that into the products. So we can really like breathe deeply as we inhale and as we utilize our essential oils. For those of you who are brand new, the typical uses that are topical, aromatic, and then ingesting. And so just for clarification's sake, topical application would be, okay, I get done with a workout and my body's kind of cooled down and I'm feeling a little tense, a little bit of, general tension in my legs. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to find my Young Living CBD cream, or I'm going to find some Hanaway essential oil, and I'm going to massage that onto my quads and my hamstrings, and massage that in there a little bit to support my muscles and as they recover. So that would be topical application, just an example. Another example of topical application would be, let's see here. I like to, before bed, and I know we've got a lot of parents that are a part of the Living Well Now community, but I know for me, before bed, frankincense and or lavender, sometimes it's both, every night before bed, but lavender just massaged onto the back of my neck, that would be another example. Frankincense, I kind of do a prayer with frankincense, going from the top of my head down to my feet, kind of grounding me out. So that would be a topical application exercise. Aromatic, we have diffusers, and here's Sarah, you want to pop them? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here's a diffuser. So a lot of us love to breathe in the oils aromatically, and honestly, if you are brand new, whether you've been around for a long time or not, guys, literally the other night, Sarah and I were sometimes we forget that literally just taking some deep breaths with an oil can be game changing. So yeah, the other night we were listening to some really peaceful music and just holding oils underneath our nose. So don't underestimate the power of just inhalation. And now the third and final method of use with Young Living specific essential oils would be the ingestion option. And Young Living has a vitality line that gives us clarity, a clear label that helps us know which oils that we're able to put into a capsule, or we're able to put into our food, or we're able to put into a big glass of water. So Young Living, if you were to type that in, Young Living vitality oils, you would see a huge list and be able to get clarity on what's available to all of us. Yeah, as far as safety goes and usage goes, I'm sweating because we've got marinara going on the stove right now, and I'm nervous because I get nervous sometimes when I do these workshops. But as far as usage and safety goes, I do want to emphasize that less is more. And whether that's topical application or even inhalation, you don't need 42 drops on your legs after a workout. You know what I mean? Like one drop of peppermint oil, one drop of Hanaway oil, and massaging that into my calves, into my muscles, is going to be a game changer. So keep that in mind. Is just less is more. Start gentle. I would even recommend, those of you who are brand new, I would recommend having a carrier oil, grabbing a Young Living massage oil, or have your friend make a recommendation of an organic coconut oil or a jojoba oil that they trust and really feel passionate about or really good about, and use that as a carrier oil as you're topically applying. So, and then with regard to ingestion, again, same story. You know, again, we're all unique, okay? We have teammates that have been on our team for 5-6 years who have never ingested an essential oil. I've heard that from teammates. Like it's just not on their wavelength. It's not been something that they've thought about or researched or studied much. They just prefer the other methods. Whereas, you know, for me, you know, I can look at this nice big glass of water, and I can look at this organic hard seltzer, and I can say, you know what? I'm gonna make myself a drink, and I'm gonna even add in some Vitality essential oils from Young Living. And so, that being said, anything else you want to add on as far as like safety goes, usage goes?
Well, I'm gonna flip that in a second, but yeah, I think Aaron's covered mostly everything. But even if when you're cooking with them or you're using them in a smoothie or a drink, you can even just take a toothpick, you know, dip it in the bottle, and then just use the toothpick to swirl it around in the smoothie, or if it's a sauce you're making. Really, one drop goes a very long way. We have a friend who's a professional baker, and in their bakery, they can only use Young Living essential oils because they're pretty much food grade. So they can use the lavender for lavender scones. They could use peppermint for brownies or different things. So I think that's pretty cool to know that, you know, Young Living is the brand that they choose, you know, for their baked goods. So with that being said, I think we're gonna go. Aaron, do you want to talk about cost and convenience while I take this off the stove?
Yeah, so the cost and convenience piece is just as I was preparing today and going through some slides, and I'm sorry if this is difficult to see. I'll be sure to post this in the event, and those of you who want access to it, just shoot me a personal message tonight, and if I don't send it to you tonight, I will make sure I send it to you tomorrow, but just some graphics. But it just kind of gives you of like one drop of an essential oil is equivalent to half a teaspoon of that same herb, that same dried herb. So just to think about that as you're preparing. So as Sarah said, you know, literally like a toothpick drop. We're making a marinara right now. I put oregano Vitality in it, and I put 2 drops of oregano Vitality in it. And so that's cooking in with the onions and the tomatoes.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to show you a couple of recipes that we came up with or altered from the internet. And Aaron, can you share a couple of them as we do it? Can you share?
Yeah, we're going to video.
The flatbread one.
Yeah. So I'm going to move the computer around a little bit, which I think I'm going to.
Do you want to ask the first giveaway question?
Oh yeah. Could we do a giveaway question, Andrea and Ange?
Sure. Let me pull up our first question. All right. What is one spice you have that you use all the time? Is there a Vitality oil version of that spice? So one spice you use all the time, and are you aware of whether or not there's a Vitality oil version of that spice? And we're going to be giving away 4 $20 credits throughout the course of this class. So this is the first one. Back to you. Oh, you're muted, I think.
All right, sorry. Okay, so I just have got.
You should leave it right here, actually.
We're good right here?
Yeah. So as I'm waiting for the flatbread to come off, I'm going to show you guys. So I made a gluten-free stovetop flatbread and using rosemary essential oil. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to show you like how to apply like a kind of like a dressing to it. But it's super easy. And Aaron, do you have the word swag I made up for it? You can share. Aaron's going to share the recipe with you guys while I take it off the stove.
Let's see how my share screen skills. If they're getting better. Here we go. Share.
Our internet's a little slow tonight.
There it is.
Awesome.
Everybody can see that I'm getting invited to play volleyball tomorrow. Okay. No. Ah, Sarah Leone. Okay.
It's one up. Keep going up. There it is.
All right, so are we seeing this, Andrea? You can see what I'm showing? Awesome. Okay, so this would be the rosemary stovetop bread. And I think we'll just do that size.
Yeah, so if you want to
size.
take a screenshot of it, you can take a screenshot of it. This one is really easy to make. So this is what it winds up looking like. It looks like a baked pancake. It's basically like a Tibetan stovetop bread, but because I use gluten-free flour, because we're pretty much gluten-free, it comes out very flat. If you use regular flour, it actually comes out like 1.5 inches thick. I altered this recipe. I got this recipe from elizabethsteer.com. So ELIZABETH and then steer, STEERE.com. And if you need me to give that to you again, we'll write in the chat box after this. But elizabethsteer.com, she has the directions. And then I just added rosemary vitality oil to it, 1 drop. So when you're mixing it in the batter, whether you're doing like a batter of pancakes or any sort of batter, you can just put 1 drop in the batter while you're stirring it. And it's gonna get that nice aroma of whatever essential oil you add to it. So I just added 1 drop of the rosemary to this. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some olive oil and rosemary, like a wash on top of it, so it has even more of that rosemary flavoring. So I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and add, let me see if I can put this down. Okay. And add some salt. And yeah, some light would be great. And some rosemary vitality oil to this. So whatever I have left in here, a drop. Oops. And I'm just gonna mix it around. I'm just adding this wash to the top. And this stovetop bread takes literally 10 minutes. It's very quick. So you could even use this as like a pizza dough, like a quick pizza, and add the marinara to it, or add, you know, cheese or whatever you want. And then I just add some sea salt to the top and some fresh rosemary too from our garden. But what's nice about adding the rosemary drop to the kind of olive oil wash is that, you know, if I just put it right on the dough, it would kind of be inconsistent. But if you put it in the wash, you get a nice even spread with it. So that's it. That's how you do the rosemary vitality flatbread. So that's that. Erin's going to show you the marinara, and I think we're going to answer the giveaway. Look at the giveaway, right? And then we'll move on to the next one.
Oh yeah, do you want to do the giveaway? Did we pick a winner, Andrea?
Sure. Amanda. It says Amanda's iPhone. So if you can write in, Amanda, which Amanda this is, so that we can make sure we get your $20 credit on, that would be awesome. Erin, do you want me to ask the next question, or are we waiting for the second question?
Great.
Ask the second question.
Yes.
All right. So the second question is, what's one food that you can imagine adding an oil to enhance it? One food you could imagine adding oil to. I actually already saw some ideas in the chat, but let's hear what else you've got. All right, back to you, Erin.
Awesome. All right, so I just want to finish this drink, okay? So I personally just did frozen, or just ice, and then put some like frozen organic fruit in there. And then again, the hard seltzer. And I want to clarify, because I didn't do this at the beginning, but here is Citrus Fresh. I'm hoping should I stop the share right now? Yeah. Because I don't know what you're seeing, or whether you're seeing me, but Citrus Fresh Vitality, and then Citrus Fresh Topical Aromatic. Just so those of you who are brand new, these have 2 different labels because the FDA required Young Living to put 2 different labels on these different bottles, but the essential oil blend that's in these is the same. So just keep that in mind. You know, sometimes we'll run out of the Citrus Fresh Vitality, but if we have a 15 ml of Citrus Fresh in our house, we can use that because it's the same essential oil. So keep that in mind. You don't have to wait for your Citrus Fresh Vitality to show up in the mail. You can use your 15 ml of Citrus Fresh or your Citrus Fresh like this, right? So again, for me, these make myself bigger. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Sorry. Yeah. People can see me okay.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to take, these are both near the end, the Citrus Fresh Vitality and the Topical Aromatic. So I'm literally just going to take the lids off and do this in each and get a little bit in. I've got Grapefruit Vitality, going to play with that one, and that's got enough in it. And lemon Vitality, just to have fun. I think I will say this. One time I was in Las Vegas, and I got a 6-pack of beer that was pretty nasty, and I felt bad throwing it away. I don't know why, what that was about. If that's my childhood, I'm not supposed to throw stuff away and be wasteful. Maybe that was part of the reasoning. But I literally just took orange Vitality, orange oil, and put that in there, and it was amazing. Like it turned that I thought junky beer at the time into deliciousness. So just keep that in mind as you're exploring the beverage world. Okay, I now want to shift into a smoothie thing that Sarah and I are both very passionate about. And we're gonna, when I do the Vitamix portion of it, I'll have you, Andrea. I'll mute myself and have you do the answer, do the winner. All right, so I do organic super greens. I don't know if you've got a local store that has organic greens, but this is how I get a lot of greens in. Okay. I don't know if you're reading it. I don't know if you're seeing it everywhere, but if we're thinking about immune system support, we're thinking about greens, we're thinking about vegetables. I definitely love fruit, but I've definitely been reading more about fruit, like the sugar levels and how that impacts my body. And so again, I definitely would always take a peach over a cookie, you know what I'm saying? Or I would take a banana over a donut most of the time. But point is, vegetables are game changing. So if you have a difficult time getting vegetables into your life, this green smoothie would be a great option in my humble opinion. Yeah, so I literally jam pack this with greens, and this is a pound. I honestly probably do like a half pound of greens in this thing, and then I will I'm going to throw some frozen bananas in there. So some bananas that we've cut up and are frozen. So get those in there. And we probably do about, when I'm doing it, because I like fruit, I probably do two bananas in there.
We have the recipe too. If you want.
I'll share the recipe here in a little bit. Chia seeds, some organic chia seeds. I like those. Those of you who have Ningxia on hand, throwing in 2 ounces of Ningxia. We have run out here, so we're not able to put any Ningxia in this one. I'm going to throw some organic cashews in there. Not too many. Just so you know, we fasted our breakfast this morning, so this is going to be a big meal tonight. We're kind of excited. So that, and then an organic coconut unsweetened milk will be that, and then I'm going to add peppermint vitality and sweet cacao nibs. Okay, and that will be this green smoothie. And I'll show you after Andrea does the question and picks a winner. I'll show you it after it comes off the Vitamix. And I'll share that slide as well. Thanks.
Okay, so actually we have to go back to the first winner because I think Amanda must have hopped off the call or something. I cannot find her anywhere. So we have another winner. Let me just make sure and go through again, make sure Amanda's not there. I do not see her. Okay, so we have a new winner for the first question, and that's Casey Jolly. Congratulations, Casey. You're gonna win a $20 product credit. And then for our second winner, it's Capri. So Capri, would you just put your last name in the chat for me so I can get that recorded as well? Congrats to you. And then we're gonna do a third question right now. Let me find them. All right, so here we go. Next question. What's one food or beverage health goal that you have for yourself? So I think what Aaron meant by that, I don't know exactly what he meant. Sarah, do you want to help me with that question? What's one food or beverage health goal you have? Like something you want to get rid of, eliminate, or something you want to add in? Something? Okay, what's one healthy food or beverage that you want to add to your food intake to help with overall health? Am I on the right track, Aaron? Thank you, Sarah. Okay, fantastic. There's your question. What's a focus area for you when it comes to food and drink? I like that. I see Capri put spinach. More veggies, Aubrey. Love it. Einkorn products. Haley, the Einkorn products are amazing. If you haven't learned about those, definitely something to check out. Drink less coffee. We have an elimination of coffee. I hear you on that, Kirsten. Teresa, Ninksha, awesome. Just did the challenge, wants to continue with that. Casey says Ninksha as well. Love it. Love it, love it. Anybody else? I know some of you who are watching on the lifestyle page, you're probably answering as well. All right, see a lot of Ninksha. Fantastic. All right, and I think we're done. Back to you guys.
I'm gonna
Give that.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
back to Sarah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you two things. One,
First up.
oh, there's the mint chip smoothie.
It's a little liquidy. I put a little too much organic coconut milk in there, but what you would do to switch that?
So a little tip is, number one, frozen bananas make a huge difference because they give it more of an ice cream texture. And if you want it even more of an ice cream texture, you do a lot less milk. So you do like a quarter cup of milk or a little more than a quarter cup. And it's gonna sound, your blender is gonna sound crazy, but just, you know, use the tamper. And like Aaron laughs, I'm gonna do it. He's like, you're killing our blender. But I'm like, it needs to taste like ice cream. So
she doesn't eat ice cream like I do.
So that's my tip, is like, and you could also put it in the freezer for a little bit, let it freeze, and then you get an even more of an ice cream sort of icy texture to it, which is really nice. And you could also do this with like, you can make a sorbet with just fresh strawberries, maybe a drop of lemon vitality oil and a little bit of coconut milk, you know, blend it up and put it in your freezer, and then you have a nice fresh strawberry sorbet. So it works for all sorts of frozen fruit. Okay, so I'm going to show you this marinara has been passed down in my family from generation to generation, and as it's gone down from generation to generation, it's gotten healthier and healthier and healthier, and the time has been shortened and shortened and shortened. So my great aunt Vanera, we used to go over her house every Sunday, and she would make this marinara, and she'd have it on the stove for like 4 hours prior to us being there. And she didn't call it a marinara, she called it a gravy, because gravy, like with Italians, means that you'd have meat in it. It's not like a gravy, like a brown gravy on Thanksgiving. It's basically like a marinara, like a red sauce with meat in it. And it's been simmering all day. So you walk in the house and you're like, what's that smell? It's intoxicating. So now I've just dulled it down since I don't eat meat. And but it's so delicious, and everybody that tries it, I know Andrea has tried it, like loves it.
I was just gonna say, how many times have I texted you, Sarah, like, hey, what is that recipe again? Because it's the best marinara.
Yeah, so the key to this marinara is to saute onions. Take 2 onions, saute in olive oil. So just put olive oil in your pan, low, medium heat, and get them golden brown. You want them nice golden brown because that means they're going to get sweet. They're not going to have that, like, you know, your eyes are burning sort of smell and taste. They're going to be nice and sweet. And once they're sweet, you're going to pour in.
You want to show?
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. You're going to pour in. We just get either crushed tomatoes or organic whole tomatoes and then crush them ourselves, just organic from Sprouts, 2 cans of these. You can use fresh tomatoes, but honestly, actually, like, Italians really do use the canned whole tomatoes. And I just feel like it's better anyway. And that's what my great aunt used as well. And so once you get that going, you let it sit basically for 30 minutes on like a medium to low heat, and it gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. And then you could add in some salt, pepper to taste. And then one thing we added in was oregano vitality oil. So Aaron said he does 2 drops.
We didn't have oregano vitality.
So
we had oregano.
We've added basil vitality oil to this before. We've added rosemary.
Thyme.
Rosemary is not that great, but basil is really good in it. Oregano is very good in it. But again, you can, I would say use a toothpick or use 1 drop, depending on how strong you like it, because then it'll balance out with the sweetness. So, and you use this sauce for pasta. We use it on gluten-free pasta. We use it on rice a lot. We've
got rice on the
stove
right now.
We like marinara with rice. My Italian ancestors would probably not approve, but very good. So we'll show you.
Here's what it's looking like.
So we want it even thicker than this. You can tell it's still a little like soupy at the top. You want it kind of like how it is in the corner, which is like everything's blending really nice. So it needs a little longer. But this sauce, you can keep this in a jar in the fridge for
3 days, 4 days.
We use it very quickly.
We eat it probably by lunchtime tomorrow. It's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Most humans, they'd probably take a week to eat it, but you know, takes us longer. And if your kids don't like onions, they don't like to see chunks, you can also blend it up after it's cooled a bit, and then you don't see the onion chunks and things like that I know are kind of off-putting for some people. Or you could add it to, you know, the flatbread that we made, and use it, you know, as a pizza. Okay, so that's that. The next thing I'm going to show you, because what goes with pizza and marinara is a nice salad. Nice huge salad. I'm going to show you how to make a dressing. So this is another thing that my mom has always taught me, to never buy salad, never buy bottled dressings, because they're just loaded with extra sugars, extra ingredients, extra things that, you know, probably aren't the best for our bodies. And it's so easy to make homemade salad dressings. So basically you want to use an oil. So I use probably, I don't know, a 1/4 cup of oil, and Aaron will fill. So
Aaron goes next level on his oil use.
Yeah, so about a 1/4 cup of oil. And then I'm using some balsamic, so about 2 tablespoons of balsamic, but you could use any vinegar. So you could use apple cider vinegar, you could use balsamic, you could use any acid. You could use a fresh lemon if you don't want to use vinegar. And then I use something that will make it viscous. So like mustard, you can use hummus, you can use an avocado, something to mix the olive oil and the acid together. So mustard is a good one. A lot of times if I have hummus in the fridge, I'll add a little bit of hummus to it, but just something to mix it up. And then salt and pepper. And our kitchen gets very messy. So if you see, I'm like covered in ingredients right now. Dill vitality oil. I'm gonna add that because I love dill. Like this, oh my gosh, it smells like pickles. It's so good, I love pickles. But we love using fresh herbs. Like in our salad, we'll use fresh cilantro, fresh dill. Sometimes I'll just do an herb salad of like no other greens except cilantro, dill, parsley, and then put my salad dressing on that and eat that. I just love them. They're so flavorful. So dill vitality, just a drop, and then lemon vitality to balance it out. And that's it. And I'm just gonna shake that up. And it's great because you can make, you know, a whole mason jar of salad dressing and keep it in the fridge for like so long. My mom has salad dressings that like last over a month in her fridge, and you'll start to see the oil and the balsamic separate, but you just leave it out for a while and the oil will start to melt. So here we have our salad. And let me put this in a clear cup so you can see what this looks like. Okay, so we have a nice dressing. You could even put this in the Vitamix if you want it a little more blended. I might not even put that whole thing on. So yeah, and I just put it on my salad and mix it up. So super easy salad dressing. I recommend just keep it in the fridge for a while. All right, Aaron, why don't you talk about one more thing, and then I have one more thing as well.
Did I have one more thing?
Yeah, I have the dessert.
Oh yeah. Okay, so everybody feeling all right? Everybody, who's coming over? Anybody coming over? Andre, will you do one more question? Andre is coming over.
I am legit salivating after seeing the salad dressing. Oh, okay. So our next question, our winner is, from the third question, is Selena Cardoza. Congratulations, Selena. You're going to have a $20 product credit put on your account. And then our last question of the evening is, what's one thing you've learned so far that you will be trying from this class? One thing you've learned so far. All right, Aaron, back to you. You're muted.
Back to me. Okay, so this is, okay, you've got people answering that question right now. But I wanted to just throw this little tip out that I've heard from a lot of folks. We have a lot of teammates that really love literally just taking in the morning, okay? In the morning, from what I hear, the stuff that I've read, our first beverage in the morning really ought to be water. That we're really walking around quite dehydrated. And so I don't know if that's you. I don't know if you go straight to some other liquid or straight into food, or what your situation is. And I don't know your digestion story. I don't know where you're at in your journey, but we have had a lot of teammates that really love taking room temperature water and just one drop of lemon vitality oil. And in the morning, it's kind of starting their day with that. And then once that's in, because you're also just like getting your digestive system activated and rocking early in the morning, and hydration is just such an important thing. So, Ange, do you ever do that? What did you hold up there? You have peppermint vitality, or
I'm
what?
using that's all I had on my shelf right there was lime. All of my other vitalities are in my kitchen.
Yeah.
But first thing in the morning, even without oil, I'll just literally drink 8 ounces or whatever this glass is. I'll set it by my sink. So in the morning when I get up, I drink it down, even if it's just plain, and then I'll go refill it and have that again. I just feel like there's no, like, even before Ningxia or coffee or anything else that you're going to have in the morning, I just feel like hydrating. You've been 8 hours potentially without any water. I think Lindsay Elmore said that once, like at least 8 ounces of water when you first wake up, just to rehydrate your body after your night of sleep. So that has just stuck with me. So I just fill it up before bed, set it next to my sink, and usually just down it.
Yeah, rock on. Thanks for sharing that. Again, I think the thing that I'm most excited about, my final thought, and then I'll have Sarah. The chocolate. Finish with chocolate.
Oh, finish with chocolate, Sarah. No way.
What dessert? Oh, that
dessert. You have your little, yay.
Guys, this is exciting. This is because I think the thing that I thought I was kind of healthy before I met this woman back 11 years ago. I thought I was like.
We were eating canned vegetables, or was that after the canned vegetables?
After that.
Hey, that was way after.
That was a long time ago.
Is that when we were doing triathlons? We were rainbow bread For rainbow bread, is that when your first triathlon for rainbow bread was, Aaron? Was that?
I am 39, so that was a long time ago. But I think the thing that's been fun about meeting Sarah and then
For all of us, actually, it's been really fun for all of us to meet Sarah.
Totally.
We love you, Sarah.
Totally. And this young living journey, I think, kind of just it's about a lifestyle. It's about making the baby steps, taking baby steps, making the little shifts. So wherever you're at on your journey, whether you know that you're way short on vegetable intake, and you're eating, maybe you feel like, you know what, I eat way too much processed stuff. There is enough research out there just about nutrition. Like the more we can put healthy goodness in our bodies, it's going, like our immune systems, like that's what I love about this journey. Like our immune system, what this body is capable of, when I take good care of it, when I take good care of my mind, when I take good care of my emotions, my spirit, holy moly, guys, we are like unstoppable. We are incredible. Like we are unstoppable. And you know, I think about like LeBron James just jumped in my brain, right? Here is this world-class athlete, and I don't know his nutrition game. I don't know what his exact story is, but we know that he is choosing he's making peak choices. We think about Tom Brady, who's 42 and he's still playing in the NFL. We know he's making peak level choices. Like that's not just for them. Those peak level choices, those, you know, those choices aren't just for those folks. Like we are worthy of that too. We are worthy of health. And that's why I love this Living Well Now community and the Young Living community, because we're just reminding each other. We're reminding each other that we're worth it. And I, you know, if you can take anything from our little workshop tonight, is you're worth it. You know, whether it's making a little shift from a toxic cleaning product that you've been using for way too long that you know is toxic, and you're going to make that shift. Maybe it's eating, you know, more processed than vegetables. You know, maybe you're not eating any, whatever shift you're going to make. Maybe you're going to start hydrating better, which is going to support your digestion. Again, I just want you to know you're unstoppable, and you have this incredible body, immune system, just asking all of us for rest, for good nutrition, for good hydration, for stress relieving activities, for inhaling essential oils, right? So that's my soapbox. Thanks for listening. I'm now going to pass the mic back to Sarah for the final recipe of the night, which is chocolat.
So I just got to work out behind Aaron, if you can tell.
Yeah, you did. Hold on.
He laughs at me because he's like, you're like a squirrel in the kitchen. I'm running everywhere, like doing things really quickly because that's how you rest.
That's how you rest.
So I'm going to show you, literally, guys, we rarely ever buy chocolate bars now. This chocolate recipe I get so excited about because it's so good and so easy. I got this from theminimalistbaker.com, and I altered it just slightly, so you can check it out on there. Just type in, you know, homemade chocolate, and you'll see this recipe, and you'll see that I'm just altering it a little bit. So this is orange salted chocolate that I'm doing. Actually, today I'm using Tangerine Vitality because that's what I have, and it comes out just as good with tangerine. But I mean, if you have Orange Vitality, use it. I'm going to use Tangerine today. So I use, this is cocoa butter. This is cold pressed cacao butter. You could get this from Sprouts. You could get it from Amazon. It will either, and you want to get the food version of it. You could either get it in these like big chunks, or they come in these little like wafer type of, see, I don't know if you could see, type of things. So I'm going to use, I don't quite have a cup, but you want to use about a cup of this. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So you make like a double boiler, basically. You put like 2 inches of hot water in a pot, and then you get that water nice and hot, and then you put this on top of it until it melts. So I'm just letting it melt, and it'll just take like a minute.
And in the meantime, since
In the meantime, I do a kitchen dance.
in the
Anybody
meantime,
else dance while they're in the kitchen? All right, and then I'm gonna take I have a cup here, but I'm gonna fill this up halfway, and I'm gonna add a half a cup to that. Actually, I'm just gonna scoop it in because that's a little easier. And I'm not a baker by any means, so if I'm baking something, it has to be easy. So you know that this is easy if I'm doing it. I love to cook. I feel like I'm good at cooking, but baking is a different story because I substitute everything. And so usually if I try to make like cookies or anything like that, it just has a weird off taste because I've like substituted flax instead of egg or something. But
she made me a really good birthday cake the other night, though.
that was good.
Oh, not the one we had? You got a second one too?
No, the one you guys had. She made she made like a chocolate pudding.
Okay.
For my
So Erin, can you tilt that down a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see it's melted. All I'm gonna do is add the half a cup of cocoa powder to that. And if you have a whisk, I don't know where my whisk is, so I'm just gonna mix it up with a spoon. And you wanna have like a silicone, I mean, you could use like a regular tin, but you'll wanna grease it with coconut oil or something so it doesn't stick to the bottom. What you're gonna do basically is eventually pour this into any of the molds that you have and freeze it for about 30 minutes. You can put it in the fridge too. It'll also harden in the fridge, but I think it tastes better cold. And now I'm gonna add salt to it. So I do the salt to taste. Sorry if that's our train. And then I'm gonna add a couple drops of tangerine oil. I add about 2 drops. And then about 2 to 3 tablespoons of, I use maple syrup, but you could use any sort of liquid sweetener.
Like what are some other options?
You could use, I like honey. I've tried honey before. I like honey. I feel like maple syrup works the best because it's a little more liquidy than honey. You could try yacon syrup. I don't know if I said that right, but that's low on the glycemic index. It doesn't work well if you just use straight sugar or stevia. It's too grainy, so you need that nice liquid.
What's that coconut? There's like a coconut liquid.
Coconut nectar. You could use coconut nectar. I don't have it on me, but I usually add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So, and I taste it like this.
Wait, you have this? Oh no.
Actually, I'm not gonna use that right now. So now I'm just gonna put it in the molds, and that's it. And I actually tasted it, and I feel like it needs a little more tangerine. So it's a little too late right now, but if I wanted to, I could take a toothpick and kind of, put it in each one. But this stuff, you guys, this is bomb.
Can I just lick the pan when you're done? Could you just hold that for me, please?
I'm kind of filling them up, not even like a quarter of the way. It's not going to fill up all of them. And I think each one is about I think it's like 70 calories or something. I don't know, for people who care about that. For each one.
So you could eat 4 or 5.
Yeah, I only have 4 a day. This will be gone by lunchtime tomorrow. No.
I just need to put some things. Yeah, I'm gonna just pop it in the freezer. You can try other oils too. My nephew did this with me. He tried lavender oil. I thought it was okay. You could try cardamom oil. It's another nice one. You can try other citrus oils.
Peppermint.
Orange oil is the best one. Peppermint, you could try it. It might be a little strong. So you can, unless you do a toothpick. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. And anything else?
Just grateful for you coming and hanging out with us tonight. And
let's show them our dinner.
Whether you caught this on the lifestyle page or lifestyle group, or if you're live with us on Zoom, just grateful. I think that may we all just have courage. One day at a time to just continue to make little baby steps and just make little shifts. My immune system, I woke up a little crazy this morning, and I'm like, okay, go to your toolbox. What do you have? So may we all just keep being mindful and ask our friends, hey, you know what? my immune system's a little off. What do you recommend for me? Anyway, all right, the meal.
Aww.
Yum.
Aww, Sarah. Wait, which is the
Yeah.
meal, Sarah or the
Usually-
food?
Oh, we usually eat laying down. We usually eat laying down.
Hey, wait, now let's see the table again. Let's see the table again.
The table.
Yes,
Got our salad with the dressing,
yeah.
Smoothie.
oregano, marinara.
And we made this rice. You guys, we get this. This is called This is black forbidden rice. We got 2 like huge, like when I say huge, like bags like this
Off
of Amazon. Yeah, like 2 bags. They're gonna last us probably another 6 months or something. But it's really good rice. It's super flavorful. I highly recommend it.
Oh my gosh.
Any
So-
final tips from the rest of you on Aunt Andrea, Mom?
I'm really good at eating. Can we talk about how good I am at eating?
My tip is if you ever get the chance to eat Sarah's cooking, do so. We did have a question right at the end here. If you can hold up the cacao or the
The cacao wafers.
butter, the whatever. Can you hold that up again? Somebody's wanting to see the bag.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me grab it.
yeah.
Let me grab it. I put
And
it in the
I'll
recycle.
pull up while she's grabbing that. Let me pull up the in case somebody wants to screenshot.
I'm gonna actually, Aaron, if you text those to me, we'll just put them with this video in Facebook, so then people can pull them down. Is that cool?
And
Even-
We do have our last winner too. So after we see the little cocoa butter rounds or whatever they're called, what are they called? Cacao butter wafers.
And you can get the wafers. You also can
Yeah, I said that. You
Oh.
get the blocks
the
too.
blocks as well.
Sweet.
But there's the nutritional content on it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys may have clarified at the beginning of the call, and it went over my head. But can you talk about vitality, non-vitality, like why the different labelings for those who are new?
Yes. So so basically the FDA requires there to only be like 1 or 2 things on the label. So for instance, like a regular oil, it will say topical and aromatic, but it can't have all 3. It can't say topical, aromatic, and dietary. So basically they had to come up with a way to separate that. And also let people know that this is a safe oil to ingest. So that's why they came up with the Vitality line. On the back, it only says dietary use. It is actually the same exact oil that's in its regular colored counterparts. So if you see oregano Vitality oil and oregano oil, it's actually the same oil in the bottle. It just is for labeling purposes for safety.
So for example, Sarah could have used the orange oil because she knows it's the same oil that's in the Vitality label, but since she's teaching this class and we're supposed to talk about vitality
And FDA compliance and all of that, I want to be compliant. So I'm using the Vitality one.
but you can decide in your own home what you want to do with you and your
Yeah.
Like me, I think I was using the non-vitality on the next.
may have done that more than a
On
few
the
times
next
myself on the on the Living Well Now page when I didn't have the vitality.
Mhm.
Such a good class. Let's do our last winner. I need a last name because there's no face with this name. I think I know who it is, but Darlene, you won the 4th credit. So if you could put in the comments, Darlene who, so that we make sure we get the right credit to the right person. That would be awesome. You guys, such a good class. Thank you.
now,
Thank you.
thank you.
Guys,
Awesome,
I don't think Darlene's on anymore.
Oh, is she not? Shoot.
Yep, jumped
All right,
off.
let me pick another winner real quickly.
Andrea, I suggested one on your text. I texted you one.
This is a team effort of blessing our community for sure.
Just you
All
personally.
right. We have a 4th winner since the other one disappeared. Aubrey, you are the winner. I don't know if this is Aubrey Cook. I don't know who. Let
I
us
just
know
need last name.
who this is. And you now are the 4th winner. Thank you for staying the whole time.
Hey, now let's advertise next week. Andrea, what's next week?
Next week, we are going to be talking oils with baby and kids. So it'll be a great class, one for you all to be a part of if you have children, but also to invite people in your life who may not be using essential oils yet, just so that they can get just kind of a first-hand experience with how to use the oils with babies and children. We're gonna have lots of testimonials and lots of good education about it. So super excited for that. That'll be next Wednesday at 5 o'clock.
Awesome. Thanks
Oh, yeah.
again, Sarah.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your dinner.